Ignoring problems is wrong. Acting like they do not exist is only going to make things worse. I have found that to be able to solve a problem that is present in my life, it's best to acknowledge it, analyze, and find the best and most effective way to solve it. Like, there's there's some people, a lot of people have told me, you know what, don't, how would you say it, don't focus on your problems, ignore it, focus on something else and this and this and that. Because I've talked to like pastors and I've talked to um, teachers and stuff like that when it comes to having a problem. And most of the time they tell me don't focus on that, you can't do nothing about it. And focus on something else, focus on this or focus on that. And at times I have listened, I have listened, I've said, you know what, you're right, you know what, that's negative, but I have found that no, that, you know what, problems that can't be solved immediately, they can be solved in a long term, whether it's years, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, like, because I guess when speaking to somebody about a certain problem, you know they immediately think, that you want to solve it, right there and then, whether it's an economic problem having to do with money, having to do with status in society. There's nothing you can do about it. So why focus on it? But that's just an example. There's other problems, when it comes to personality, character, or etc., etc. You know what? That you can solve the problem. That it has a solution. That it might take a lot of time. Like I said, it might take years, but that doesn't matter. The what matters is that, to me, what comforts me the most is, like, how would you say it, acknowledging the problem, analyzing it, and finding a solution. And if I have to leave that problem pending, you know, to be solved, waiting for it to be resolved, then that's what I'll do, But to just ignore it, to not analyze it, to just say, you know what, I can't do nothing about it. No, it affects me. It affects me. I don't know how, but it does affect me. It keeps me, like, how would you say it, agitated, because there's a list of problems, a list of, how would you say it, a list of negative aspects, or or of things that affect me, or that are in my day-to-day life, that if I don't analyze, and if I don't speculate, if I don't resolve, find a solution, even though it's in the future, you know then it affects me. It keeps me agitated. And by analyzing and, saying, you know what, this could be solved in this manner, or it could be resolved in this other manner, you know what, and waiting for that to be resolved, and just, I guess you could say, hoping and waiting for it to change, for it to be resolved, you know it just makes me feel a lot better. It makes me feel like, I don't know, I guess you could say, well, it keeps that anxiety. It keeps that anxiety from building up, And I don't know if people understand what I'm saying, but it keeps it keeps an anxiety from building up. It keeps that anxiety from building up, and actually it does all the opposite. It dissipates the anxiety, anxiety that unconsciously is there, that I feel, and as I talk about it, I say to myself, this is what I'm feeling unconsciously. This is what I'm feeling. If I don't, how would you say it, acknowledge it, it's I'm feeling it unconsciously. And so it's like very, how would you say it, interesting to realize, hey, you know what? As long as I do this, I'll feel that much better.